Hi, I'm James Schilling Law, and I'm here with a familiar face if you've been watching over the years, Simon Mail, who's the event director, in this case for Proud Experiences. We often talk with Simon because he's also the event director for ILTM North America. But we've known Simon for a long time. We don't want to say how many years. Simon, Simon didn't have that gray hair going there. And
Didn't
back in
have
the
any
day.
gray hair.
I know it looks good though. You look very, very distinguished. I got to tell you.
Thank you,
But now we're going
James.
to talk to him about proud experiences, this is the show focused on the LGBTQ plus community that you started. I think it's 5 years ago now. I'm not sure, and we're going to talk to him all about that. And we got the one coming up in June in Los Angeles, and you'll find out about all that and more on Insider Travel Report. Now, first of all, Simon, great to see you again. Despite the gray hair, it's okay. I'm accepting. It's all right. Please remind us about what Proud Experiences is again. Who goes and what is it for?
Thank you very much for your inclusivity there, James. Wonderful to see you as always, and great chatting with you. Brad Experiences is going to be our fifth edition. So we had our very first event in 2018 in London before we moved it to New York in 2019.
I forgot about that. That's the one I forget about because I know there was the one in London, then the two in New York, and then you're heading for your second in LA, right?
Exactly. Yeah, we've had a great time in all of these three incredibly cosmopolitan cities around the world. So we're looking forward to returning to LA. We had a wonderful time there last year. We're expecting about 500 people coming from all over the globe. So we welcome premium luxury hotels, destinations, cruise lines, and on-the-ground tour operators to meet with travel advisors from right across the world as well, who have a high proportion of LGBTQ business. We have agents that have up to 70% of their business coming from the LGBTQ market.
Wow, that's a huge. This must be a lucrative business. I just thought occurs to me there.
So there's a big proportion of the market that the LGBTQ market that is dual income, no kids, loves to travel at the drop of a hat, travel off season, spend a lot while they're traveling. They normally have quite often a large network and a large group of allies that they'll frequently travel with. So and will often spend a lot of money when they do so too.
Absolutely. Now, just to clarify, you are going to be the show is on June 3 to 6 in LA at the Fairmont Century Plaza, right? And you said you expect about 500, right?
Yeah, we're a two and a half day event actually. So it opens on Monday, the 3rd of June in the evening with our big gathering where we have some incredibly inspiring speakers. So last year we had the double gold Olympic medalist Dame Kelly Holmes from the UK. We're going to continue with some great big inspiring sports stars this year. And they're really kind of personal stories of a personal fight to get to the position and where they are, and some really emotional stories about the reason why we're still working to improve the rights and the experience of the LGBTQ traveler, and why they still need more work needs to be done to make sure they feel like they belong everywhere as well. And then we run Tuesday and Wednesday full days of pre-scheduled appointments, so one-to-one appointments with between luxury travel advisor and supplier based entirely on their preferences. Of course, with networking parties and cocktails.
Yeah, of course. As you do that with ILTM and you do that with Proud Experience as well. You can't get away from a party at any of these shows. But you do work hard. Let me tell you, I know I work hard whenever at one of your shows. Now, you have some new brands joining you this year, I believe. You got some new hotels, new hotel chains, and things like that, right?
Absolutely. I mean, I think people can often assume that a Proud Experience is just for design or lifestyle hotels, which we're thrilled to have a very strong presence of. Ennismore being one of our strongest supporters. And last year, we launched a whole number of 21C hotels, which were little known to the market and certainly to the international market.
Hmm.
But this year, we add a whole group of classic luxury hotels and some of the world's most famous names. So the likes of the Dorchester collection that I'm
Of
thrilled
course.
to have,
Yeah.
Adair Manor from Ireland, and we also welcoming Tourism Island. We have Glen Eagles Hotel and the Glen Eagles Townhouse
One of
from
my
Edinburgh.
favorites. Absolutely.
My personal favorite. Another hotel I'm really excited about is Borgo Sant'Andrea on the Amalfi Coast, one of the most stunning, sexiest looking hotels that I've seen in a long time. So
I got to add that one. I just was on Amalfi last year and I didn't go there. I got to come back now.
100% have to go back. It's one of the few hotels in southern Italy with its own private beach as well, which quite a spectacular thing to claim. So yeah, we've got a really great group of new people joining us. We've got some of the big, strong stalwarts from last year coming back. So whether it be Peninsula Hotels, Los Cabos Tourism, whether it be Thailand as well. So yeah, we've got a very nice, strong presence from around the world.
Fantastic. Now, what do you think is the size of the LGBTQ plus travel market today? Do you,
Sure, there's some official statistics out there that said if the LGBT consumer was an economy, was a country, it would be the fourth biggest economy in the world after the US, China, and Russia. The spend is 33% on average more than the heteronormative counterpart. They tend to travel 4 to 6 times a year. They also tend to, as I say, have a very big network,
right.
a
Yeah.
big network of influence and allies as well. So there's that aspect. The LGBTQ actual people that identify as LGBTQ is also growing. So 8% of baby boomers identified as LGBTQ, whereas 31% of millennials identify as LGBTQ. The reasoning they say behind that is a big growth in the Q, which is queer or questioning, or
Right.
don't put me in a box. I kind of will identify however I feel like I identify, but I consume much more like an LGBT consumer. So what we're saying to a lot of suppliers is, look, that's 1/3 of your future clientele. And if you're not talking their language, if you're not really micro personalizing, whether it be, from the making sure that the welcome notes are right, to the bedding being correct, to the slippers, the bathrobes, the amenities, reflecting a same-sex couple as opposed to a hetero couple, or a family, a same-sex family, or a hetero family with children that identify in the LGBTQ
Sure.
spectrum.
Now, let's talk about, you mentioned that. Do you find that a lot more travel suppliers are paying attention to this market, that they really are? Obviously, you're getting more suppliers coming in and being part of your event. But is it really a trend that more people are identifying and saying we want to market really a lot to this LGBTQ plus market?
I think it makes part of a bigger trend that's happening around the world. Obviously, we saw massive change happening as a result of George Floyd and the Black Lives Matter movement, where we realized it really opened our eyes that there was still so much work to be done on diversity and inclusion as a whole.
Mm-hmm.
And whilst the content and the messages at Proud Experience are particularly targeted to the lucrative LGBTQ market, the messages are very relevant across the diversity and inclusion spectrum. We're also seeing a consumer around the world that's looking for a much more authentic, real, personalized, soulful experience that is with personality. And therefore, you need to be talking the language and understanding that each of your clients should be treated differently and should be treated as an individual rather than simply we treat everyone the same. So I think there's an awareness of that, a breakdown in formality in hotels as well. And therefore, we're seeing hotels getting more diverse in terms of their staff and the importance of diversity within their staff to appeal to diverse markets.
And the corollary to that, because obviously your attendees, your buyers or travel advisors, are you seeing more travel advisors? You mentioned earlier, travel professionals seeking to specialize or sell to the market.
Definitely, it's a market that people continue to want to grow within because of the frequency of travel, because of the high spend and the high ticket value, but also because of that question of network and word of mouth. So it's a great market for word of mouth recommendations as well. And
Now,
it's a market people love to have in the hotel. A very, very happy, joyful market that has a great curiosity to travel and understand different cultures.
Absolutely. Now, you're at about roughly 500 now, and you had fewer at the beginning, obviously. How large do you want to see Proud Experiences get in the future?
Proud Experience is very much a community event, and those 2.5 days we really spend together. So from that opening big gathering followed by the opening cocktail, the full day of events, another cocktail on the second evening, and a full day of events and the closing party on the third evening. Everyone
a lot
goes
of cocktail
together.
parties there, Simon.
Exactly. So it's really wonderful because you really have time to meet everyone and spend time with everyone together as well. So
you don't want to lose that feel, right? That kind of community, intimate feel.
Not.
Absolutely, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not going to be 1,000 event. It's not like I think the other show you oversee with ILTM North America, we kind of outgrew one venue and now we're in another one at Baha Mar, and you can have, I think it was the biggest one we ever had last year was ILTM North America, right?
Yeah, but as an event organizer, there are tricks to keeping these things intimate, no matter what the size of the event. So it's very much the destination plays a big part of it as well. So whether it be on the beach in Baha Mar for ILTM North America, keeping everyone together in that kind of relaxed luxury resort environment, or actually the Fairmont Century Plaza in LA is a really great events venue. It's a venue made for award ceremonies and everything. It has a wonderful shopping mall right by the side with some of the best dim sum in LA as well.
Right.
So the logistics of keeping everyone together and not having people spread across a city helps keep it intimate.
Now, this will be the second year for LA. Would you go anywhere else? You've obviously been to London, to New York, and now LA. Are there any other destinations for the event that you are considering?
We get a lot of interest in hosting Proud Experiences. To be honest with you, a lot of tourism boards are very keen to host this event. What's really important to us is that it takes place in a cosmopolitan city that really, really matches with the LGBTQ traveler experience, that it's a hub that all of our international exhibitors can get to very easily. We have a big proportion of European and a big proportion of North American exhibitors. So that's what's important. We will certainly be in LA for next year in 2025, and then let's see where we go from there.
Well, it'll be interesting. I know there's a lot of, as you said, a lot of demand, and a lot of other destinations want to host the event. Now, is there anything else you want to tell our 126,000 travel advisors out there about Proud Experiences?
So please, we always say with Proud Experiences, it's about an open and honest conversation. Everyone comes to the event with an open heart and open mind. If you have any questions, if you have any interest, feel free to reach out. Something that we're all incredibly passionate about. It's really about coining kind of Hyatt's phrase for a world of better understanding, and to really make sure that we're doing our best to make the LGBTQ traveler feel like they belong everywhere when they travel.
Absolutely, and that's the goal for all of us. And I've been watching your event grow, and it's really encouraging to see how it's developing. Now, where can travel advisors go to find out more about Pride experiences? And also, I don't know if you're sold out or not, or if they'd be interested in participating in terms as a buyer.
So we'll be selling out with closing registration even within the next month. You can go to proudexperiences.com and you can reach me directly, simon.mail@rxglobal.com.
Okay, and also suppliers who might be still interested in connecting with the LGBTQ community better than they might have been. Where can they go to? I guess they can just go to you and
Absolutely.
yeah. So contact Simon, and they're already getting more and more interest out there. It's been amazing how the show has grown, and I'm hoping to get out there. I'll have to see. I know I always go to ILTMs. You always got me on there, or, for better for worse. We end up seeing each other at ILTM Con all the time, and then always now in Baja Mar, and you'll see me again this year. I'm going to see if I can get out to LA as well. Again, Simon, it's great to see you. It's always a joy, and we've known each other for a long time, and we both watched this industry grow, and I've watched your events grow, and it's been really a great, very incredible way that you have grown this particular event in the last 5 years.
Thanks very much, James. Thanks for the support, and I hope to see you in LA.
I'm James Shillinglaw, and this is Insider Travel Report.